Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another video here coming at you this week. And this week, we take a pause from our singing, and we're going to bring you another coaster video this week. So, Jason Rides Coasters. So, I believe, just to give you a little bit of heads up, I believe that I think this may be another after today, it may be just another 3 months. I think that's all enough. That's all I can do in the next bit. That will complete all my roller coaster showing and roller coaster experiences to share. So, but still, we got some good stuff coming at you in the next this month and the next couple of months. So today we are going to bring you another couple of pictures here from my past on Jason Rides Coasters. And this week we're going to be split again between Cedar Point and Canada's Wonderland. Catch a theme here as where I've gotten most of my experience at those two places. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. So let's get into this. And the first coaster I'm going to talk about here is a coaster that doesn't even exist anymore. At least not in the form that it was at this time. So Cedar Point, interesting. I've watched a lot of videos on Cedar Point recently, and it's been kind of eye-catching that Cedar Point has not put in a really major, big, up-from-the-ground coaster in 6 years now, apparently. 6 years. So Cedar Point was a park that was always going for the biggest coaster, going for the most record-breaking coaster, going for the most thrilling coaster, and they haven't even put one like that up from the ground for 6 years. And the coaster I'm going to bring to you today is the last real big coaster that they did, but not. This is a coaster that's been redone. Okay, let's just put it that way. Cedar Point, I believe many people, when I watch videos on it, many people are chipping in with the fact that they're trying to go with a more family-friendly park. They're no longer always going for the big thrills and the big heights and the big record breakers. And they're kind of, a lot of people are kind of going like they're trying to kind of go after like a Disney theme. That's what they're trying to go after. Because Disney, if you go to Disney, they're split up into Tomorrowland, Frontierland, different kinds of parts of the park like that. And then Cedar Point is kind of trying to head towards that way, I think, and I agree, with different things that they're doing with different areas of their park. But anyway, today, the first coaster I want to share with you is, in its original form, the coaster was named Mean Streak. Ooh, that sounds pretty nasty, doesn't it? Mean Streak. It's kind of got a conspicuous name to it. I believe it went in 1991. I think that's the year it went in. But anyway, Mean Streak is a wooden coaster. At least it was in its time. And again, just like a lot of their roller coasters, Cedar Point, when they did this coaster, it was meant to be a record-breaking kind of historic-setting coaster. And I believe it was. I believe it was the highest wooden coaster at the time when they made it. I believe it was the fastest wooden coaster at the time that they made it as well. So let me give you the stats for it. I'll show you some pictures, and that's what we'll do. So Mean Streak, the length is 5,427 meters. Feet. I think that's how they measure it. The height at the first hill is 161 feet. The speed, it went along at 65 miles per hour. Okay. And here's some pictures of Mean Streak. So let me bring you some pictures of this. Oh my goodness, I'm losing all my stuff here. Okay. Just bear with me here, people. I'm losing all my stuff. Okay. So here we go. So this is Mean Streak over here. You can see various pictures of it. This one down here shows a really good picture of the whole thing of it. It's just a wooden monster. That's what it basically is. Totally lots of wood in that. So Mean Streak. And let me show you a picture. This was taken July 30th, 1994. The first time that we rode Mean Streak, it says in my book here beside it. And this is me and my mom riding this Mean Streak. Alright, so here we go. So there you can see. Quite a picture there. 1994, me and my mom. Okay, so that's Mean Streak. Now let me share you something about Mean Streak. So Mean Streak closed down forever a few years ago. I can't remember what year now, to be honest. But I know when I heard the announcement, I was like, they're closing Mean Streak? Such a historic coaster, and a coaster that me and my mom went on and enjoyed quite a bit. But they didn't close it. They did close it. But what they did was they decided to give it a different look. So what they did was they brought in a coaster company called Rocky Mountain Construction, and what they did was they took out some of it, took out some pieces of it, kind of revamped it a bit. But what the biggest thing they did was they put in a completely steel track. So this is what's now known as a hybrid coaster. So it's a wooden foundation with a steel track on it. And they named it Steel Vengeance. That's what it is now. So I've heard quite a few things about Steel Vengeance. I've heard it's quite a coaster. I've heard that the thing is moving along the whole ride and it doesn't hardly let up during the whole ride. It's apparently got 4 inversions in it, and it's quite a coaster from what I hear. It goes faster. It goes somewhat faster than the old Mean Streak did. So that's what it is now, Steel Vengeance. Now, do I wish to go on this coaster? Absolutely. I want to see what it's like to be on a steel track on a wooden coaster. Because I enjoyed Mean Streak. And I'm hoping I can do it. I'm hoping that I'm able to handle that. But yeah, that's what it is now, Steel Vengeance. And hopefully, we'll see if it's in the air for me to experience Steel Vengeance this summer. So that is what Mean Streak is now. So now we're going to jump over to Canada's Wonderland. And what I'm going to show you at Canada's Wonderland is not a coaster, actually, but I'm going to include it in my pictures. It's not a coaster. What it is, it's you have to pay extra for it, but it's something that I saw quite often when I went to Canada's Wonderland, and I thought, that looks like a thrill. That looks like a rush. That looks like fun. So the one time me and my mom went, now you can do it and you can do it by yourself, you can do it with somebody else, you can do it even in a team of 3 if you want. And the more people you got doing it, the cost goes down. So it costs a little less for each person in that way. But it's called Extreme SKYFLYER. It's, and I got the little description on it. It's Canada's largest free fall swing at 150 feet. Okay, so it's basically, it's very similar to a bungee jump as far as I'm concerned. Now, I've never bungee jumped before, but it just looks, it has that appearance of it, right? So it's called Extreme SKYFLYER. And let me just share you a little bit about what it's like, and then I'll show you the picture. So what they do on it is, you sign up. Well, you go over and you say, I'd like to do this, and then you wait it's usually not that long of a wait because you have to pay extra. So it's not like you may have like, you know, a couple of groups ahead of you, but never nothing too big. So what they do is you say, okay, I want to do this. So then you pay the money, and then they send you, then they have you wait, and then when a cord or a device, it's basically a whole apparatus. When it becomes available, they send you over there, and they're like, okay, go over to number 1, number 2, whatever. And in the meantime, before they do that, they strap all this gear on you. So you got all this gear on you, you got hooks on you, you got like a harness on you, is that kind of stuff. And so basically what you do is you get that, you go over, and they're like, okay, stand here, and then they do more things over there. They hook you in more, they hook everything up the way it's supposed to. And then all of a sudden, so you're standing up like this, they hook all this stuff up, and then they lower the thing that you're standing on down, and all of a sudden you're like, bloop, and you're flat, and you're basically hanging on by this thing that they've got you attached to. And then there's a pulley system that pulls you all the way up into the air, and it pulls you up 150 feet, all the way up. And then when you get to the top, you have somebody giving you directions from below over a microphone, and they will say 3, 2, 1, pull. And so what you, one person in the group, whether it's 2 people, whether it's 3 people, at least one person has a thing on their side, and it's just a release thing, and you just go over and you just pull it out and release it, and as soon as you release it, you're let go. You just come right down 150 feet and you fly, basically. So that's what that ride is like. It is a lot of fun. I not only did it once, I did it 3 times, I believe. I did it another time with my mom, and me and some friends went to Canada's Wonderland one time, and I did it with one of them too. So I've done it like 3 times, and survived each time. So here we go. Here's the picture of it. And this is kind of when you're down to the bottom, when you're down on the ground, they take a picture. And here it is. So that's me and my mom on this thing. And you can tell that we're both smiling, and we're enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Stream SKYFLYER, it's called, at Canada's Wonderland. So, and I will confess, every time I've gone on it, whether it was with my mom or whether it was with my that one other time at Canada's Wonderland, I'm always the one that has that pull thing. I'm always in charge of pulling the thing and releasing it. So, but that was what I want to show you today on Jason Rides Coasters. So I hope you liked that. That was our memories today. So the next month when I bring this to you, I think I may actually be showing you 3 pictures. The last 3 I have. And then I got a couple of special things that I think I could do in March and April. Look forward to that. So until the next time, have a great week, and we'll see you next time on my videos.